Have you really got LaMelo Ball all figured out, or is there more to his game than meets the eye? With discussions often circling around his frequent injuries and overlooked skills, it's easy to miss the depth of talent he actually brings to the court. What untapped potential could elevate his game to the likes of Steph Curry? Let's unravel the real story behind LaMelo's journey and the future that could be in store for him right here on Sports Frenzy TV. When getting into basketball, the basics are pretty straightforward. Dribble, pass, and shoot. These are the fundamental skills everyone begins with, but there's a lot more to the game than just these. Looking at LaMelo Ball, it's evident that not many NBA players are as proficient in dribbling, passing, and shooting as he is. While scoring involves more than just shooting, LaMelo's abilities in these key areas are truly remarkable. Even with this solid base, there's still a lot of potential yet to be fully realized in LaMelo's game. When it comes to players who excel both on and off the ball, LaMelo Ball is definitely among the elite. Players like Steph Curry, Paul George, Kevin Durant, and Devin Booker come to mind. After these top names, LaMelo is likely in the top 10 for players who are exceptionally dangerous whether they have the ball or not. Of course, names like LeBron James, Joel Embiid, and possibly Zion Williamson often come up in discussions, with Jamal Murray also frequently mentioned. However, LaMelo Ball is a standout offensive threat. Among all these players, only LeBron James and Steph Curry come close to matching LaMelo's passing skills. While LeBron is on a different level altogether, LaMelo's passing remains outstanding. LaMelo Ball's talents might not always get the spotlight they deserve because of his frequent injuries. Many recall Steph Curry's early career being marred by injuries, but he only had one seriously injured season in his first 8 years. Despite dealing with some ankle sprains and other minor issues, Curry mostly played 74 or more games each season, except for that 1 year. The story about Curry's injuries might be a bit exaggerated, possibly to downplay his early success, especially during his MVP years. Some fans think Curry could have achieved even more earlier if it weren't for his injuries. In reality, Curry was already performing well, even though he was second to Monte Ellis at the time. The comparison to Curry serves to illustrate LaMelo Ball's situation. Looking at LaMelo's early career versus Curry's, it's evident that LaMelo has already achieved more in his first 4 years than Curry did. Making the All-Star team in his second season is a notable accomplishment. LaMelo Ball's path to the NBA All-Star game in his second season set the precedent for his rise as a promising young talent. He became the 4th youngest player ever to be named an All-Star, behind Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, and Magic Johnson. Additionally, in his rookie season, Ball won the 2020 to 2021 NBA Rookie of the Year award despite missing 21 games due to a wrist injury. This demonstrates how LaMelo, even while battling injuries, continues to showcase his potential as an elite playmaker. The idea is that LaMelo could follow a career trajectory similar to Curry's, despite his injury challenges. By his 5th or 6th season, he might well become an all-NBA player, and some might act like his rise was sudden. However, those who closely watch his games can already see his potential. In Steph Curry's first 4 years, he played 258 games, whereas LaMelo Ball has only played 184, almost a full season less. While comparing LaMelo to Curry might spark some debates, it's clear that LaMelo's style is more akin to Curry's than to James Harden's, while Trae Young's game resembles Harden's approach more closely. Considering team dynamics, it would be intriguing to see LaMelo on a team with different players. Charlotte's roster, featuring talents like Brandon Miller, Reed, Jalen Johnson, and Miles Bridges, could benefit from a strong, ball-dominant point guard like LaMelo. However, LaMelo faces some difficulties with half-court scoring compared to Curry. It's important to note that LaMelo is at Curry, particularly when it comes to mid-range shooting and finishing at the rim. Curry's mid-range shooting and his ability to score with either hand are often underrated. LaMelo, on the other hand, has more challenges in these areas. One area where LaMelo can elevate his game is his mid-range shooting. According to NBA tracking data, LaMelo Ball attempted just 10% of his shots from mid-range during the 2022 to 2023 season. significantly lower than the league average of 17%. Improving his mid-range shot could allow him to better exploit defensive gaps, similar to players like Chris Paul who have mastered this area. Furthermore, his ability to finish at the rim could benefit from increased strength and finesse, areas that analysts have highlighted as crucial for his growth. Meanwhile, Trae Young shines with skills like his floater and free throw shooting, which help him generate offense even in half-court situations. On the Hawks roster, players like Dyson Daniels and Reed could really shine in a system that emphasizes ball movement. Larry Nance's passing abilities, along with players with Jalen Johnson and Onyeka Okongwu, would also excel in such a setup. In contrast, Charlotte's roster includes players like Brandon Miller, who can handle various roles, but Miles Bridges and Mark Williams are better suited for pick-and-roll situations. Looking back at Lonzo Ball's early career, there were debates about whether he was truly a point guard. Despite being a skilled passer, he struggled with driving to the basket and shooting off the dribble. The most effective version of Lonzo was a 3-and-D wing, thriving in transition and making quick decisions. Similarly, while LaMelo Ball is a better scorer and dribbler than Lonzo, he could benefit from having a player who creates scoring opportunities for him. It would be interesting to see how LaMelo performs alongside a player like Scoot Henderson, who could penetrate defenses and create scoring chances for LaMelo. This would allow LaMelo to exploit closeouts and highlight his scoring abilities. LaMelo Ball has shot 42% from the field so far. Considering his talent and basketball IQ, it's evident that there's still plenty of room for growth in his game. If he improves his mid-range jumper, he could become one of the top scorers in the NBA. Although he's currently trailing other young elite scoring guards in mid-range shooting, there's a lot of potential for improvement. Ja Morant, despite not being known for his mid-range game, showcases impressive skills at the rim and with floaters. LaMelo's development might be less predictable compared to other players, but he has the potential to become an elite scorer. With advancements in these areas, he could easily break into the top 10 players in the league. The aim is for LaMelo's career to reflect Steph Curry's success rather than Lonzo Ball's trajectory. With ongoing growth and development, LaMelo has the potential to achieve significant success and become a standout player in the NBA. LaMelo Ball's journey in the NBA so far demonstrates not just raw talent, but a substantial promise for growth. Despite the challenges posed by injuries and comparisons to other elite players, his unique abilities in dribbling, passing, and shooting stand out significantly. As he continues to refine his skills, particularly in mid-range shooting and game management, LaMelo is on the path to not just meet but potentially exceed expectations. Observing his progress will be crucial, as he could very well transform into one of the top players in the league, mirroring the rise of other basketball greats. What do you think? Can LaMelo Ball reach the heights of NBA legends like Steph Curry? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to stay updated on all things basketball, make sure to hit the subscribe button and join us for more exciting content. Thanks for hanging out with us. Catch you next time!